In this skill lesson, we will look at organizing argumentative writing. Here is our learning objective. After reading and discussing a model of student writing, students will develop their drafts by structuring and organizing ideas for their literary analysis essay. Let's start with a quick question. Do you remember the last essay you wrote? What kind of structure did you use? Chances are you wrote an essay in ninth grade that followed the typical 5-paragraph essay structure, which included an introduction paragraph that contained your thesis or claim, 3 body paragraphs that gave your arguments and evidence, and a conclusion that summarized your essay. Believe it or not, this essay structure has been around since the 16th century, and there's good reason for it. It is logical and easy to follow. Even master writers like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. used this basic structural approach. For example, in Letter from Birmingham Jail, take a look at how King structures one of his arguments, responding to the criticism of his being an outsider to Birmingham. King claims that he is indeed part of the community and not an outsider, and he follows this claim with 2 pieces of evidence. 1. His organization is spread all across the South with 58 affiliates. And 2, his mission, like Apostle Paul in the Bible, is to go wherever he is needed, even if it's not where he resides. Then he finishes this with a strong statement. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I hope you can see how Dr. King uses the timeless structure of first making a claim and then backing it up with evidence, followed by a strong concluding statement. Let's talk about your tasks for this skill lesson. First, if you haven't already, watch the skill concept definition video and read the introduction on tab 1. Then complete the vocabulary drag and drop activity on tab 2 to make sure that you're familiar with the terms used with this skill. After that, read through the model page. The top half provides specific instructions and a checklist for organizing an argumentative essay. The bottom half contains Caroline's outline that she used to develop her essay. After you have read through her outline, we will discuss some of its aspects. Go ahead and pause the video now and come back after you've completed tabs 1 through 3. Okay, now that you've completed tabs 1 through 3 and have read through Caroline's outline, let's discuss it. Before we begin, how can an outline help you plan an essay? Well, an outline can help you decide how to organize your ideas, identify a text structure, and decide on the number of paragraphs. Which ideas does Caroline plan to include in the introduction? She plans to write about how words can be powerful, counter to the common saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me." What does Caroline plan to discuss in her body paragraphs, and how does this relate to her text structure? She plans to compare and contrast powerful language in She Unnames Them, Speech to the Second Virginia Convention, and Letter from Birmingham Jail. Each text will have its own body paragraph. And what does Caroline plan to discuss in her conclusion? She will restate her thesis and list the titles of the selections that she discussed during the essay. I hope that going through Caroline's outline helped you better understand the benefit of organizing your ideas. Having an outline will help keep you from writer's block, where you end up staring at a blank page with no idea where to start. Let's finish our tasks. Now that you've gone through the model page, complete the Your Turn activity on tab 4 and check the results for your own understanding. One last thing. I would highly encourage you to pause this screen and write this outline down in your notebook. After you finish this skill lesson, it's time for you to fill in your own outline using and expanding on the summary paragraph that you created in the planning skill. While I will not be grading you on having an outline, It is super beneficial, and it will save you a ton of time and frustration when you get to the drafting stage. If you're unsure how to translate your ideas into an outline, talk to me. I'm happy to give you some guidance.